Do you like timeless classics?
Yes.
Are you looking for curated designer vintage?
I am
actually.
You are? You guys are in the market?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I have some breaking news for you.
Spill.
Look no further than Funny Girl Vintage, your go-to destination for curated, one-of-a-kind vintage pieces that'll have you looking and feeling amazing. And they have a showroom in Culver City. You can book your one-on-one style consultation at funnygirlvintage.com or on their Instagram at funnygirlvintage. And guess what, ladies?
What?
For our podcast listeners, you can get 10% off using the code NIGHT.
How do you spell that?
NIGHT for 10% off, and we thank Funny Girl Vintage for sponsoring this episode. Well, welcome back to Night School. I'm Jessie Zand.
I'm Alana Cloud Robinson.
No, I'm Izzie Hunter.
And we're back in the studio. It's been a little while. Alana, you had something that you wanted to bring up off the top.
Yes, off the dome.
Off the dome? Off the cuff? Oh, it feels so good to be back.
You were talking about how in our latest comments we've been getting roasted, and someone was talking about our accents.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what accent? And then I started thinking about foreign accent syndrome. Do you know what this is?
Oh, where you like go to the country and you adopt their...
No.
Oh.
Foreign accent syndrome is a phenomenon where people like wake up randomly, or sometimes it happens after a head injury.
Oh, I've seen this.
Where they wake up speaking a different accent. The best case ever of this was a white woman from the UK who woke up.
Of course, it was a white woman
speaking in a Chinese accent.
Oh, we gotta find this. Oh, we gotta find this now.
The reporter is like fighting for her life.
My name is Sarah Colwell. I am 40 years old. I live in Plymouth, born and bred here in Plymouth. About 5 years ago now, I had a stroke-like event. There's still some question as to whether it was a severe migraine or
not migraine.
You get migraines,
but whatever it
it's
was,
gonna happen to
have
Jessie.
changed my brain.
Oh, she just woke up being like really gifted at an accent too.
But she didn't even wake up speaking Chinese. It was like a bad Chinese impersonation.
But it's not. But is it bad though?
It's horrible.
Oh, I disagree.
It sounds like a white person impersonating an Asian voice.
Has she been to China? Did she go to
No,
the
I think
Chinese
I think they
food?
talked about it, that she'd like never been to China. Yeah.
That's actually insane.
What would you guys do if I woke up with an Italian accent?
If it sounded like that,
You'd laugh.
we'd put you down. We'd have to.
Or an Irish accent.
I think it's funny if you have like if you have foreign accent syndrome and you're really bad at the accent.
Yeah.
I think there's like a comedian that joked about that, but like it's such a horrible thing in general, but if you're really bad at it.
Would you consider her racist?
I think that's the $1 million
Yes.
question.
I think that's the $1 million
She's
question.
so racist to
And
me.
it's like, it's a very interesting phenomenon because it's like, you can't really, I feel like it's just like, because if it's real, like how unfortunate, like, you know, I've seen videos where they're like crying and they're like, I don't recognize the sound of my own voice. Like my husband can't understand what I'm saying, like things like that. There's also ones where they've like woken up like speaking another language too.
That's sick.
That's
I want
the
that.
crazy one.
That's the one I want.
But I
don't
always
want-
wonder, like, can they actually speak it? Because you know how there's like, there'll be like I feel like especially with like Asian languages, there'll be somebody like speaking Chinese and all the white people in the comments on like a video will be like, oh my God, this is incredible. And then all the Chinese people are like, what are you saying?
Yeah, it's
Nobody
like
knows what you're
nonsensical.
saying.
Yeah, it's actually
The
nonsensical.
Amelia
Chinese.
Perez effect.
Yes.
Because I saw Amelia Perez and
You loved it?
yeah, I'm the only person in America that loved Amelia Perez, actually.
actually- you
No, that's
are-
not true. Somebody recommended and was like, my friend Kate was like, oh my God, Amelia Perez is
Yeah.
amazing. You need to see it. And then after that, any person I met was like,
Now you're
this
not
movie's
allowed to
horrible.
like it.
No, have you seen Katya from The Bald and the Beautiful's like actual tirade against that film? Like she hates it more than any person on the face of the planet. Like she thinks it's
Yeah.
the worst movie ever made. She's like dying on this hill.
I recently learned that AI was used to develop the script of Amelia Perez. Don't you know? Pump it up. I can't.
It makes sense,
With
right?
this,
It makes sense.
I can't with this bullshit, this larceny, this theft, this raping and ravaging of the art world.
I've been listening to a lot of The Bald and the Beautiful, saying a lot of pussy stunting, a lot of cunt. Let a full lips out.
Jesse, you need to go hang out in West Hollywood.
I
you
know.
do.
Where
I
you
know.
belong.
Where I belong.
Pink
where I
Pony
belong.
Club.
Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, but I don't belong over there because I gotta beat the studs away. You know. Actually, they asked me when I show up there. They asked me to join their gang. They're like, "Real, recognize real." I'm like, No. I'm actually not a stud. I just look like one.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief. Okay, so the cursed casting for Twilight. Okay, Jojo Siwa as Bella.
As Bella,
Good, that could be one.
that's fun.
What about her as Edward?
Love,
Oh,
even
that's
better.
better actually.
No.
Wait,
what
wait.
about Carlisle? Jojo
No,
Siwa as Bella.
all stud Twilight. All stud Twilight.
Okay, so
She
Raven.
stays.
Okay, Raven
She
stays.
stays.
Raven Simone
Raven-
is Edward.
No, Raven Simone is Laurent. Who are the other lesbians?
Jojo Siwa's Carlisle.
Chapel?
Chapel
not a
is stud,
stud.
though.
Oh, she's Alice.
She's Alice.
She's
I'm
Alice.
killing
That's
it.
perfect.
She's
You're
Alice.
killing it.
She's
You are killing it.
Oh, Ruby Rose, who is like kind of no longer relevant,
Yeah.
is Cam Gigandit's character. What's his name?
Yes.
The one that's with Nikki Reed, that one.
No. Cam Gigandit is the bad guy.
The one who's with Laurent. Like the blonde guy.
Yeah, the blonde guy. Wait.
Oh, from the first one.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What's his name? Oh my god, why am I? I'm literally embarrassed right now. I'm actually genuinely embarrassed.
Me too.
I need to leave. This is embarrassing for both of us. This is really embarrassing.
Cancel us. We're not Twilight fans.
Oh my god. This is actually the most horrible thing ever. I feel like I've just walked onto
feel like
stage in
it's-
my underwear.
Starts with a C. What is it?
Am I okay?
No. Neither of us are okay.
I can't remember his name. It's a black hole in my brain. It's a supermassive black hole.
Fuck. What is his name?
Oh my god, Jesse, please help us.
Roger.
James.
James?
Could have never
That's
guessed
not
that.
his name.
I could have never
Ruby
guessed
Rose
that.
is James because she has that
Yeah, that
Yeah.
look.
Ruby Rose and Raven Simone.
Yeah.
And wait, who's the crazy red? That's who Chapel should play.
Oh,
The redhead.
yeah,
yeah, the
that's
redhead,
That's
yes.
better.
Yeah, yeah.
That's better. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so we still don't know who Bella is. Because we said Jojo
Bella
Siwa.
is just Kristen Stewart,
but it's just stud mode.
but in stud
Yeah,
mode.
in stud mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Kristen is just
Kristen Stewart now.
Kristen Stewart. Present day Kristen Stewart.
Rosalie. Who's Rosalie? Have you seen the TikToks of the woman who's like very butch and singing Fast Car all the time? Yeah, her.
Yes.
Rosalie.
Yeah. Drewski's show could have been
Yes.
love.
Oh my god, it's so good. It is
It's
so
it's
good.
So it's Drewski as the Bachelor, but it's all studs.
Is Drewski a woman or a man?
No, it's a man.
It's a man.
It's a
So
man.
this is like
and it's
the-
all these like. Some of them are cute. Some of them really cute.
What is this show?
It's-
Wait, who is Drewski?
Drewski's this YouTuber, black YouTuber.
Okay. Guy.
So this is the backstory. He was going out with that really hot, not the lesbian Ruby Rose, the like hot black girl.
Oh,
you know,
yes,
the-
I
so
know.
Here it
he was
is.
going out with Ruby Rose, and she like there was this whole drama of like where there was like a public sort of rumor that he had paid to date her for like the publicity. So after they broke up, whether it was real or not, he made the show Could Have Been Love as like him getting back out there.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
it's so
amazing?
unhinged. Oh my god, I watched it one night.
Apparently, in a real relationship.
Yeah.
Their relationship wasn't real at all. She is now claiming Drewski paid her.
Ruby is too rich for you to do that.
Drewski doesn't need to pay Ruby Rose to fucking date him.
It don't seem like he her type. She said he was funny and a nice guy. That says everything that I need to know.
Some people say money can't buy love. $50,000 can.
The hottest women in the world, all competing for the love of one man.
Come to Papa.
This is giving VH1 reality show more than The Bachelor, which is
Drewski
iconic.
said he like him seasoned, baby.
I'm the Barbie that you can't play with.
Let's give him one fight. You gotta have sex that night.
If I want it, he gonna eat it.
I'm here for $50,000.
Billionaire.
These other women ain't got shit on me. Drewski know that.
Eat titty stud. Somebody gonna get slapped tonight.
Yeah, I'm just having a strap with me.
That girl is like really cute. She looks like a model and she's really scary.
We gonna see who won squabble.
This is so VH1 early 2000s.
Early 2000s, yeah.
Like Rock of Love, Flavor Flav, Flavor of Love.
Country boy. You don't know what come with it.
Let's suck your from the back and make your clap.
Have fun in that swamp.
That's incredible.
No, you guys need to go
This
home
is
and watch
incredible.
it.
This
I
is
will be.
incredible.
It's so because there's something about it that doesn't like. It feels very VH1, but you know, there's like always gonna be kind of like an exploitative quality when you have like these girls that really genuinely are like kind of like it just feels slightly exploited. These girls are like shaking it on camera and everything.
Yeah.
But the fact that none of them are attracted to men is fucking hilarious.
None of them, not even one.
No, there's a couple that are like bi, but most of them are like the majority of them are like legitimate like studs. Like,
Izzie, your birthday's coming up.
It is this week.
Dirty 30.
I know. I'm excited. I
Yeah?
felt like I was 30 since I was like 27. So this is not like a new.
I feel you.
I've been anticipating this. It's not like it just like hit me or something, you know?
Yeah.
So
some of us only get better with age.
Yes.
And I
this
think
is
that
true.
you're for sure in that category.
I feel
You
that
too.
way. I'm definitely
'Cause you're
hotter
also,
than I was.
too bossy to be 25. You know? Too boss bitch.
Yeah.
The 30s.
We must
the 30s are
reemerge,
good.
grow.
And it's like the youngest age of the 30s, so it does feel very youthful and fun,
Yes.
you know?
Also, like 30 is the new like 25. Where you were at and at 25, like is where most people are at when they're 30. Like just given like inflation and like life and everything. Like where you.
I think it's even.
It's
worse
probably
than that.
even more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just
Like
trying to
18.
say. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
18.
actually
I
like
feel
18
like
years
I'm
old.
18.
Yeah.
I feel like I just graduated high school.
Yeah.
I am going to college, so
Yeah.
we're
Anytime
waiting.
anything bad happens, like financially, I'm like, I'm just a baby.
Yeah.
I'm just a kid.
This is so unfair.
I know.
Taxes?
But
I'm
thank
a
God we're
baby.
children.
Yeah.
We're babies.
Yeah.
Okay, the next topic we want to talk about was red flag versus green flag.
Dating traits.
Dating traits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come out the gate with one that's like kind of uncommon with a red flag. When a guy's house is too clean.
Oh, I've been there.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what?
Red flag.
This might surprise you. I agree.
Really?
does
There
surprise
was
me.
one man many years ago that I was seeing. His house was a little too like step into the foyer, Clarice. It was a little too clean, and I was like, oh.
If it's too
why?
clean, I'm never gonna live up to your expectations of like.
Oh,
Do you know what I
okay.
mean? Like I'm not gonna. It's not that I'm like dirty, but I'm like messy. I'm messy, Jessie. Like I'm not. I have ADD. I'm not organized. Like I know I have boss bitch energy, but like what has to if I was one of those bitches who was like boss bitch energy and had an immaculate house, I would be insufferable. Like I would be an
that's true.
insufferable human being.
It's balance.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
Like so I actually like it when a guy's like a little bit more messy because I'm like, oh, okay, we're on the same wavelength.
Not
Like
too messy because I have very long ago gone out with a guy whose mattress was on the floor. And there
We've all
was
done
like
that,
not really a sheet on there. Like
Yeah.
it was like halfway.
we've
But
all-
again,
we've all
that's
been there.
dirty.
That's horrible, yeah.
versus messy.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference.
No, it's true. There is a
Yeah.
difference between dirty and messy.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
totally.
neither dirty nor messy. Like I'm a bit intense with both. Like I'm very much a neat freak, but I don't want. For me, the too clean house thing is like, oh, two of the same thing cannot be together.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
One person has to be a little relaxed. Where
Yeah.
like, you know, if I can't go to bed without doing the dishes, so I'll come home after something. If the dishes are in the sink and it's 2 a.m., I have to clean the dishes. One of us has to go put the sponge down.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Not, let
if
me
we're
help
both
you.
like,
Yeah.
if we're both like, and another thing, we
Yeah.
need to mop the floor. Then that's
it's too
No.
much.
that's
it's
a
too
nightmare.
much.
Because
There's
I
it's a
was like-
certain type of freaky though, because I
Yeah.
will say there's some rooms I walked into where I'm like, oh my god, you have such a beautiful home. It's like
Yeah,
when it's like
yeah.
curated and nice and just
Curated,
well,
yeah.
but it's like when they have a sparse place.
Yeah.
like there's not a lot in it, and what is there is super clean.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what
like
kinda
you
freaks
can't
me
get
out.
a gauge
There's no
on someone's-
personality.
Yeah, there's no
Exactly. That's what
personality.
I
It's
was
very
gonna say.
bland.
You
Yeah.
can't see who they are
Yeah.
by their space. And I
No,
think
but if
that's-
it's curated and nice and they keep it nice, then I'm like, oh my god, that's fabulous.
Yeah, iconic.
fabulous. But
Another red flag, like we've talked about this before about our therapy thing. Therapy's obviously going to therapy is a big green flag for me. It's okay if you don't go, but like if you're like, no, this is a fucking lie. You're a liar. Like
my dad.
yeah, I'm like everyone I've ever dated.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
like a huge red
I've
flag for
dated
me.
both. Though. I've dated both ends of the spectrum. Guys who are like really anti-therapy, and then guys who are so therapized, and then they like get really, really good at manipulating you.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to that.
Oh, another red flag when they say all their exes are crazy.
Yes, huge red flag. I mean,
red
that's like the
flag.
biggest red flag.
Huge red
They
flag.
can't all be that.
You know who the
more
common
than
denominator
two-
is?
You.
Yeah,
You.
yeah.
It's
Y
you, babe.
O U.
Sorry.
Yeah. Starts with
My
Y O
exes
U.
are a wide spectrum of different levels of mental illness.
Yeah.
And
Variety.
I would never call them crazy
No.
because then that would be a reflection of me being crazy, which I also am. but that's a different story.
What's another green flag? Let's
I know,
go
let's think
positive.
positive.
Let's think
I have a
positive.
green flag.
Okay.
When someone is genuinely interested in you and asks you a lot of questions about yourself.
Yes, lots of questions.
Because I
is
think
a
on
good
like a
green flag.
first date, that's a good gauge. Just for the listeners, if someone's not asking you questions about themselves and they're mostly focusing on telling you things about themselves,
Like we talked about in the last episode.
not
Red
good.
flag.
Red flag.
Red
Did we
flag.
talk about that in the last?
Yeah, we talked about my date at the Broad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was Godspeed on that one. Judgmental about like going out. Being
Yes.
judgmental about going out is a big red flag for me. I think like it's okay if you don't, but like I don't want to feel weird about going out and like you having like some types of like weird insecurity about that.
I have one.
Oh.
Too close with their sister.
Interesting. Explain.
Or mother.
I cannot.
Okay. Well, helpful. So helpful.
There's a certain type of guy who's really, really close with their sister. It's different than a close relationship with a mother because ultimately a mother is a mother and is older and will not be. But if a guy is always with his sister and she's like in the same ballpark of age and they're always together, that's his girlfriend. Not you.
Interesting. I think that about like being too close with their mothers, like having to call their moms every day. Like I love a guy who's like loves his mom, but like that to me is more like, okay, that's your girlfriend. Like you need mommy to take care of everything. Like that's a big red flag for me. Like be close, but I don't want you to talk to them
I hope that
every day.
nobody has that red flag about women because that's me. Mommy,
I know.
I got a parking
Me
ticket.
too. I'm a mommy's girl.
I'm such a
so
mommy's girl. It's embarrassing.
But one other thing I think that kind of goes along with that is when they have a female best friend.
Yeah, it's a sister.
who's
It's the same
straight.
thing. Sister or female best friend.
Walk
Here's the
away.
thing: if
You'll
the,
never
if
be
the
her.
sister or female best friend is best friends with them and super tight, and they also love you and want to be best friends with you.
Yes, that's
different. But when they're super tight, and then they also have no interest in you, that's when it's like eerie. And the female best friend is just like a massive red flag. When it's a sister, there's like a whole other element of it where you're like, what is going on? Are we in the Dreamers? What is happening?
Interesting. Interesting. I haven't had that one happen yet.
I dated a guy who had a female best friend who was like my age, and it was so weird. They were such a
The female best friend's job, by the way, if you're the female best friend, your job is to make this other woman feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
Nope, she didn't do that to me.
Yeah, they often don't.
No.
But if I was the female best friend, that's what I would do.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not friends with men.
But I think that's can only
Ben has a
really
girlfriend,
happen if there's like a mutual agreement that there's nothing romantic between them.
Yeah.
And I could tell with this person that there was
Yeah.
Not something in the
vibe.
past romantic, but like it's as if there's like she was withholding from him or something.
I have another one. If they're into any sort of aviation hobby, you're gonna dump my body over a body of water.
That's a really specific one.
Like if I see a guy,
What if it's a job? What if he's a
that's
pilot?
fine. It's a hobby. It's a
No
hobby.
pilots.
If you're if you are like a day trader, but you like to fly airplanes or helicopters, it's a no-go for me. You will be able to dump my body over a body of water and no one will find me. I cannot do it. I'm also not going to go fly with an amateur pilot. We're having issues with the fucking professional ones right now. Why the fuck would I roll the dice like that?
How many hours?
There
do you
are
have,
a lot
really?
of red flag professions.
Or hobbies. Skydiving. I will not
that's
date
a-
someone who
a
has
guy
ever gone
who's like
skydiving.
a guy
You
who's
also
like
said
really
rock
an
climbing
adrenaline.
the
Rock
other
climbing.
day.
Poor, huge red flag. Sorry.
That is a red flag.
Right? Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I tried it before.
I've tried it too. It's not fun.
It is.
I
It
spend too
really
much on
is.
manicures to do all that.
Oh yeah, I can't.
I would.
No.
Do you think I want to get calluses on my hand in any world?
I did it at one point in time, and I was like, it's just the environment is. It's a very sexually charged environment.
They want to like fuck the rocks.
They
though.
want to fuck. Yeah, but also it's like a sexually charged environment where no one is having sex.
Yeah.
So it turns into a lot of like the kind of arguments where I feel like it's like, you know what? Just table this for now, okay?
Yeah.
We're just gonna table this for now.
have
I'm
you
gonna go for a
seen-
run, and we're just gonna table this for now.
Have you seen that documentary about the guy who free climbed
Free
Oh
solo.
my
Free
god,
solo.
he is
the girlfriend being like, "I love you, baby," and he's like,
Alex Honnold is such a weird,
such a freak.
Such a freak.
"He's hot to me."
Of course he is.
But I hate that he rock
oh my
climbs.
God,
I
Izzie,
hate that he
Izzie,
rock
Izzie.
climbs.
I
He's
must,
hot, but
Izzie, I have to roast you for a second. You are exactly like if you dated Alex Honnold, you would be that girl.
Yeah,
Who is
obviously.
like also free soloing and being like, I love to
I'm not
rock
roasting
climb.
her. I'm roasting him for being unemotional.
I love camping off the side of a mountain.
You're too adventurous.
Yeah.
You're too open-minded. That would 1000% be you. You'd be like
She's
sleeping.
lucky
You'd be like
I
shivering
don't
in a
know
You'd be
where he
shivering in a
is.
tent in Yosemite while you're like, while your
Babe scaling a
extremely
mountain.
emotionally detached boyfriend is like, I need to go climb this rock face without rope and maybe die. And you're like, okay, babe, I'll be sitting here waiting.
Yeah. And
I'll
if
be
I hear a
watching.
splat,
for that many hours.
hey, at least you know he's not texting anyone.
That's true. That's a good point.
There's always there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
He's
That's
standing on the
true.
top of that rock, getting a little bit of reception. To,
To text his
Text his
hoes.
side
Text
hoe.
side bitch.
Yeah,
on the
literally.
Apple
On his
Watch.
Apple Watch as he's climbing the face.
Yeah, those finger holds.
Yeah.
And hey Siri, and
Yeah.
respond to side bitch number 1. Not much. How about you?
As he's like,
How do I
hanging.
know she's not with him
Yeah,
on the face
true.
of El Capitan?
When I watched that documentary, I was watching it. I watched it by myself one night while I was like eating, and by the end of the meal, I didn't even realize I soaked through my shirt. I got so stressed out watching it. I soaked through my shirt. I was literally like,
so
I was like, whew. And then I was like, oh my God. I was like moist. I was like,
You're
holy
wet.
shit. I was like drenched in sweat
Jesus.
from watching. It's really intense.
Oh, it is. I know. I've seen it.
I watched
so
it on
intense.
a plane.
Were you drenched in sweat?
I was on Xanax, so probably not. I was
That's
probably
the
like,
best.
this is funny.
I feel like it should be required that you take a Xanax before you watch that
Yeah.
movie.
You
So you
should.
can
They should
like,
be handing it
so you can
out,
be like,
yeah.
whoa, this is so crazy, instead of
No, it was so scary. Even on
it made
Xanax.
me feel like for some reason this was going to be an inevitability of my life. Like at some point
Yeah,
in time,
you'd
I was
have
going
to
to be
do that.
forced to
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
It's presented in this way where it's like, this is the only option. Like if you want to be alive, you have to do this. And
What's
I was
the
watching it, and I was
choice?
like, I don't think I want to do this.
You're like, please no.
I don't think I think I'm content not being fulfilled if it means I don't have to free solo.
Yeah.
I think I'm good on that. Whenever the girls on The Bachelor, you know, when they always end up doing, it's always every season.
always
There's
insane.
that thing where it's like, you know, can you trust me? And they go jump out of a window somewhere, and I'm like, there's no way. If I wasn't guaranteed that it was in the bag and I was marrying this man, maybe I would if I knew it was in the bag. Maybe.
No, not me.
But like you're on like the 3rd episode
Yeah.
and you're jumping out of a high rise. What is wrong with you?
No, there's no shot.
It's a humiliation ritual.
It is a humiliation ritual. That's exactly
That's
what
my
it
only
is.
explanation. The
It
producers
is.
of The Bachelor are like,
Yeah.
like, how can we make these girls look so stupid and then like pick
Yeah.
one who will
No,
win?
Have you guys
know.
ever done indoor skydiving?
No.
That I tried.
That was fun. That was fun.
because it's the heights that I get vertigo. I have
Yeah.
really bad vertigo.
No, it's
on
so fun. You
land.
can literally do it at the Universal City Walk. I did
Yeah.
it with my parents. Like that was like their one activity that they were really into for like, I don't know,
That's
a few months.
so funny.
And they were
Did
like,
they have
"Let's-"
like a membership?
we just like went several times, and I was like, guys, we've done this already. Why do we keep going back? Like, I don't get it.
To be like weightless and flying through.
Well,
To
they-
be weightless.
Yeah, they were like, I don't want to
So
jump out of a
skinny.
skinny legend.
The skinniest I could be is weightless. This is not a Pro Anna podcast, just so
No,
we
Oh
know.
my
not at all.
God. All my content on fucking Instagram is though. It's so annoying.
What they're
No.
feeding you mean?
Yeah.
Or like the
all my
content you're
Instagram
posting.
All, no,
Is the context.
no,
of that
all of
sentence.
my Instagram reels. Because now that I have TikTok back, but I still have the trigger finger. So I click
Yeah.
Instagram reels, and then I'm like, what am I doing here? Still,
Yeah.
I'm trauma bonded to Instagram reels, and it's so much like pro Anna. I'm like, is this where all the pro Anna content lives?
I guess
Yes.
so.
All the like post Tumblr pro Anna content lives on reels.
Fuck pro Anna content.
It's so crazy.
You know
and I
what?
keep being like, not interested, not interested.
Speaking of anti-Anna content, I watched a Gabby Petito documentary.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
gonna be a long segue, but bear with me.
I'm like, how do these things connect? I'm listening.
I was really hard. That girl was thick, and he killed her, and it was heartbreaking.
She was thick?
Yeah, she was a thick baddie. She was a thick pog, and he fucking murked her, that bald-headed piece of shit. I was so pissed. I had so much, and she was trying to make
Why?
content.
Because you think that only skinny women can be like grabbed, can be like physically overpowered?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's true.
Now
Have you
I
ever seen
know.
Silence of the Lambs?
Now I know.
Yeah.
he was
true.
specifically targeting.
I know, but now
Thickies
I
and
know.
put
But
them in
that's a
the truck.
movie. I was
He
pissed, man.
to be fair, he looked scrawny.
Yeah.
He looked
Yeah.
scrawny.
He looked scrawny. He looked like he was 170 years
honestly-
old, trapped
Yeah.
in this like young.
But you can't. It's the height though. you
Yeah.
know, it's the height.
That's why I don't trust tall men.
Yeah, it's really there.
Not saying skinny girls deserve to die. I'm just saying like it was another added layer to this tragedy that it was another thick baddie's gone.
I know.
I believe it
horrible.
because again, Silence of the Lambs made me feel like that was, for some reason I felt like that was like the prime demographic. No,
Murder?
no, it's not.
No.
Okay.
I don't think
No.
I don't know.
No.
They don't.
Sorry, I
Oh wait,
should-
was she a great big fat person? That's one of my favorite things to say. And then if nobody knows what it's from,
It looks bad.
I have to leave.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, speaking of things, segue. Are you petty? What's the pettiest
Yeah.
thing you've done? One time, okay, my first boyfriend, this is the first thing that comes to mind. My first boyfriend cheated on me, and I had his like bubbler, and he was staying at his friend's house, and I broke the bubbler in the sink, and I poured all the dirty bubbler water, bong water, onto his bed, and I left the shattered glass in his bed.
that's petty.
That feels like a little bit of a criminal element to the pettiness.
I don't know if that's is it illegal?
He wasn't living there, and that house has since been demolished, so come for me.
I don't
That's
think
fair.
anyone will.
One petty thing that I do often is whenever I notice that a girl has unfollowed me, I won't unfollow her, and instead I start commenting on all her pictures and responding to all her stories and going like, beautiful, wow, love this, amazing.
So funny.
Because I want her to know that I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going
That's
anywhere.
so funny.
And it also kind of gives the impression that like maybe I didn't notice, but like,
How do you
It's-
do? You have the app?
no, it's just sometimes there'll be a girl like pops up and I'll be like randomly just like, oh, I wonder what she's been up to. And I'll go click her page. And then I'm like, oh, I haven't talked to her in a while. I just, you know, you get curious sometimes. I haven't talked to her in a while. I wonder if she still follows me. See, she's unfollowed. And I'm like, or there's somebody that was like, had been liked your stuff consistently. And you just
Yeah,
randomly
and
are
then,
like, I
yeah.
wonder where that girl went. And I'll notice. And then I'll just, but I can't retaliate. So instead, I want to make you remember that I'm still here and that I'm a really
Fair.
lovely person and I'm really complimentary and I only have nice things to say about you and I wish you the very best from the bottom of my heart.
Do they ever follow back
No.
after that?
Oh wow, they don't fall back. I feel like they would.
No.
They'd be like, oops, my bad.
No.
Well, they suck. These girls suck. That.
Yeah.
Also, anyone who's
It's a
going
lot of work though. I'm not gonna lie. That level of pettiness is a lot of work. It's like really every time this person posts, I'm like, oh god,
Do you know
this
what's
bitch again.
actually-
Hi, oh my god, you look beautiful.
You're like, shit, I have to
Me
do this.
again. Oh my god, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we should hang out soon.
But I think it's also petty to unfollow people for like no.
Unless it's a man.
Yeah, if it's like
It's embarrassing to follow men. I'm just gonna out here and say it.
Oh.
Besides you, Keida.
and
I'm
I have
followed
like,
by a lot of beautiful gay men.
Oh,
So I'm always like,
jealous.
I always go look and I'm like, oh. When I was single, I was always like, huh? Oh.
I know.
This quirked up little white boy followed me. Oh. Doesn't like women, obviously.
I wish it was that way for me. I have
What's the pettiest thing you've ever done?
ever.
You're like,
don't
I
know.
have to get a list.
Ever?
I don't know that.
You're not very petty.
I'm not super.
Yeah.
I'm really the type of person to be like, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just
Bye forever. That's me being petty. Is bye forever.
I'm that
If
way too.
someone crosses me, I truly am not even gonna. The best revenge is like disappearance. I am missing to you. I've like blocked people on Instagram, so they like can't see
we
my
couldn't
stuff.
be more
but-
different in this particular situation where you're like, you'll never see me again. And I'm like, I am going to become a Mormon,
yeah.
a Jehovah's Witness at your social media door every day. Have you heard that you look lovely today?
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, you said that on the last photo.
But maybe
6
it's more
times.
petty of me to be like, I never want to see you.
No, because I
Yeah.
don't think you do it with that energy. It's
No.
more like you're
No.
just like,
right.
yeah.
No, and I never spoke to that person again. I just broke the bubbler and left. But that was like the first ever heartbreak. And then now I'm the person who I'm like, oh, you don't want me.
Oh.
I will block you on truly you will never be able to find me. And then one day when you're driving down Sunset, you will see a billboard with my face on it and I will haunt you forever. That's my vibe. Since this is coming out next week, I guess we can talk about the Bad Baby Alabama Barker
The
tea.
song is so good.
Yes.
You dumb, dirty hoe. I wouldn't tell you what color socks I got on.
I like that she
Iconic.
used her name in it.
I do too. Alabama, you a tramp. It's
Have we
hard.
talked about how you went to school with them?
Oh
Her?
yeah, I did go to school with
Alabama Barker.
Alabama Barker and Landon. Yeah, I have them in my
Jessie is
yearbook.
actually 19.
Yeah, I'm actually 19 years old. But they were in preschool and I was like in, I don't know, probably middle school at that time.
Oh yeah, can I tell my Travis Barker story?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was at Crossroads Kitchen on Melrose. This was many years ago. It was my birthday. I think I was probably turning 20 or something like that. And I was wearing high heels. And if you know anything about me, I can't wear heels. I fall down. So I got up to go to the bathroom. Or before I got up to go to the bathroom, I looked over and I saw Travis Barker with his brood of multi-ethnic children sitting in a booth. And I was like, oh my God, it's Travis Barker. I got up, walking to the bathroom, slipped, ate shit in front of the entire restaurant. Next thing I know, Travis Barker is at my side. An angel has appeared. He scoops me up from the ground. Are you okay? I say nothing. But he lifts me up from the ground. And it was very sweet. And he was like, are you okay? Nobody saw, kind of thing. And I thought that was very nice.
That's really kind. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. I'm happy for him and Courtney.
Yeah.
They seem very
And he was
in love.
also for context, he was like in a booth, like far, like not close.
Yeah, how did
so
he
he
get
got
out?
up.
He like
He saw me fall.
Move.
My mother did not. And he saw me fall and fully got up and was like,
Aw, that's so
very
sweet.
What a good guy.
That makes me now feel bad for Alabama.
yeah, well,
No, I don't. She's been biting a culture that's not hers.
We've all been to a kid's house growing up where they had really cool parents and the kid just ran that fucking house.
Yeah.
And you were always like, your parents are so nice. And they were like, no, my dad's a bitch. And you were
That's
like,
true.
oh my God.
That's true. I'll never forget one of my friends who lived in the Palisades.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like we all knew that kid where it was like, you should be nicer to your parents. And they were like, why? And you were like, this is
because you're on
dark.
house arrest. That's
Yeah.
why. You're on house
This is
arrest
a
and you're
dark
holding
vibe.
your door as your mother's like,
Yeah.
no one's supposed to be over.
Yeah.
And you're like, Mom, chill.
Yeah. And the parents are like kind of like drinkers or something.
Yeah,
They
I don't
cope.
know what was- I don't
And it's
know
a dark
what the deal
vibe.
was. Yeah, it was a dark vibe. Dark
Yeah.
vibe in that
It's like the
house.
first time you go over, you're like, I wish I lived here. And then after like one afternoon spent with them, you're like, I do not wish I lived here.
Yeah,
This is
no.
a bad place.
I don't want to come back here.
No.
No.
I think that's kind of the vibe.
So we're on team bad baby? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, always.
Always, yeah.
She's iconic.
She is
14 years
iconic.
old saying "Catch Me Outside," and now she's like a seasoned woman of 22 or something,
Making
with a
50 mil off
baby.
OnlyFans. 50 mil.
Doesn't she have a baby, or she's pregnant? She has a baby.
She has a baby.
50
million.
Like that, and that was a few years ago.
Honestly, I might just bite the bullet at this point. It's really hard to get a job. If you don't have to show anything, why not?
I mean, you're so mysterious online. You might actually, out of all
I'm
of
just
us,
gonna be
the
like
only one.
shadows.
Yeah.
My OnlyFans,
Yeah.
you pay, and it's like
And it's just like journal entries.
Like I'll trick them with like posting a bikini photo on Instagram, like check the link in my bio, subscribe. They
Yeah.
subscribe. It's just like shadows.
Could I do an OnlyFans where I cosplay as my subscriber's dad? And I sit there and I'm like, I'm really proud of you, son.
Yes,
You did
actually, you
so good
probably could.
today.
Yeah.
I
There's
think
probably
that there
lot
might
of
be a
men.
market
Yeah.
for that.
I think
If you
look, it's about
if you're
fans,
a
not
man who would
sex.
enjoy, I'm dressed like your father. So
Yeah,
you,
keep in
so
mind
you-
facial hair and everything.
So if you subscribe to my OnlyFans, you send me a photo of your father, and then I will go and I'll buy thrifted clothes to look as much like him as possible. I'll throw a mustache on, whatever. and
Maybe
then
even
it's just-
prosthetics if this gets big enough.
yeah, and then it's just me. Like, you know who I am, and that's maybe what
Turns
you get
you
off
on,
on.
yeah.
No judgment. But then when you enter the chat room with me, I look like your dad. And I'm reading like a really heartfelt. That's kind of what you're paying for. Is I write you this like really beautiful heartfelt letter about how proud of you I am.
I'm gonna cry. That's beautiful.
And then mine is I
Berate.
belittle you.
Yeah, berate.
Yeah,
That's
I
already
I
you could
finned
do
on
that.
you. Yeah,
That's a-
Actually,
like,
this sounds like this might.
I
be
think you're of the three of us.
profitable.
It sounds like she's doing shadow puppets. You're belittling. Hey, it's me, your dad.
and I'm like,
I'm your dad. I'm so proud of you.
Check the link in bio for
check the
Yeah,
link in
yeah.
bio, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll.
Yeah.
That's our Patreon. It's just me like in a white room, and I'm just like, you disgusting piece of shit, just whispering into a mic.
We do a Patreon episode that's each of our testing out our OnlyFans content.
We should.
Izzie backlit like
And the cloud knows.
Yeah.
The only thing
You're
you
like
can
miming.
See, yeah.
Is he miming fully clothed? In a bathing suit? Is he miming in a bathing suit?
Not even in a bathing suit.
Not even
No,
in a
not
bathing
even.
suit.
That's
Like a
extra.
clown suit.
No, in
Yeah.
a clown suit.
Yeah, you can pay to get me in like a conservative bathing suit.
Yeah. If you want your dad in a wife beater and boxers, we can discuss.
And maybe some prosthetic balls hanging
No, with
out
like
of the
chest
bottom.
hair. Yeah, go full on.
If you want Jessie to show the rest of her face,
Yeah, that's gonna
Extra,
be
premium.
$39.99 a month.
Yeah.
But I will tell you how fucking disgusting you are.
And I'll tell you how goddamn proud I am.
and I won't say a thing.
Okay, that's been nice. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, please, here are my calls to action. I need you guys to share this podcast with your friends. That is the #1 way podcasts get around. We have been receiving a lot of interesting comments lately on some of our content, and it's been really cool, but we would love for more people to kind of hear our longer form episodes. So if you like us, please send it to your friends. That's how more people listen.
It's honestly great to listen to like on a long drive or a walk. I don't listen to it, but I feel
Not
like
dry, but yeah.
I feel like you guys
would love it.
Yeah, you love
guys
it.
your friends need our advice.
Yeah, your friends need our
Like
advice.
we're not even like pushing you to go listen to it. Like
Yeah.
I think you should be seeking this
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And like pushing it for us.
Izzie and I are
That's-
not those friends, but
No.
one of your friends.
One of your friends might need that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll
Thank
see you guys
you.
next time. Bye.
Bye.